Hi friends, welcome to ReCollection. This is the series where I play old games and talk over them, and for some reason, you watch me do that. We're playing Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, the underrated, understated Nintendo classic, and this is part 5, where we're about to take on the 5th Palace. We've just completed the Maze Palace, gotten the boots that allow us to walk on water, retrieved the hidden heart container from the ocean, and now picking up exactly where we left off before, we challenge this palace. The 5th palace, the Island Palace. Now, we are in no shape to take on this palace. We are going to fail in this mission. As you can see down at the bottom left, we only have, well, 0 lives left, 1 life. So we are right on the edge of being defeated. This right here is an exploratory trip to this palace because I have not played through this in a while, and the 5th Palace is extensive and easy to get lost in. It's quite challenging. So here we go. Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. As I comment on every one of these casts, absolutely a spectacular game despite some small old video game flaws. The thing I love most about it is that, with very few exceptions, when Zelda 2 gets hard, it gets hard in fair ways. People love to compare old video games to Dark Souls. Zelda 2 is one of the few places where that comparison is actually accurate. Why do I say that? Well, because in Zelda 2, you have a total of 7 moves available to you that can defeat almost any enemy in the game. Only 7 real base maneuvers. Now, you do get some spells that you can occasionally use with limited resources beyond that, but upward strike, downward strike, upward block, which protects your face but not your legs, downward block, which protects your legs but not your face, a jumping attack, a jumping stabbing up attack, and a downward thrust. Those 7 moves can overcome almost every enemy in this game, so long as you employ them correctly. And I enjoy the fact that the game is so well designed that it can be 6 palaces and an ending super dungeon long and still allow you to find individual and unique challenges all the way through just for that limited moveset that you master. You also have 8 spells at this point in the game. I think I've got 6 of them. Yeah, I got 6 of them right now. There's 2 more that are across a river that I can't cross. So I didn't give you any preview of where we are or any context for why we're approaching the palace the way that we are here, but we just finished Palace 4, and I came running down here the moment I got the ability to walk on water. Just wanted to hop right in and start mapping this place out. So far so good. There's the context. I am not a great streamer, so please forgive me if this gets irritating. Ah, yes, these guys. Oh, P-bag. Haha, it's fun to say P-bag. I really probably shouldn't have grabbed that because that's 200 experience that will not be waiting for me when I come back. Because I'm going to die in here, and that bag is going to be gone. I'm not going to get that experience. Why does that matter? Why am I talking about experience? Why am I babbling? Well, in Zelda 2, you level up. If you look across the top of the screen, you're going to see that there are, on the top left, I'm going to pause for a second. You see the little sword with the 6? I have a level 6 attack now. My magic level, next to magic, is 7. My life level is 7. 6 is the attack, that's how much damage my sword does. 7 is my magic level is how much my spells cost. You can see here on this pop-up screen that my spells are much less expensive if you've been following the series than they used to be. And then my life effectively acts as armor. Below that are 2 bars. The left bar is my actual magic bar, how much spellcasting energy I have at any time. My right bar is my life bar. And then to the right of that, finally, experience. Now, here's the fun thing about experience. Every time I hit that next threshold over on the far right side, I'm going to go up a level. But if I lose all 3 of my lives, or in this case, my only life, before hitting that threshold, all the XP I've gained up to that point is lost, and I have to start all over, which is very depressing. And not fun when it happens at all. So far so good with that. Let's check in on the chat. It's dangerous to go alone. Take the P-bag. Exactly. P-bag. It's fun to say. Grabbing P-bags can be very hazardous to study one. I agree. I watch Twitch in the bathroom, but I'd never... Oh, yeah, I'm not touching on that, man. Let's see. Time for Jared to capitalize on that doctor... No, not touching it, Gary. Not touching that topic even a little bit. I think there's been plenty of commentary on that. Ladies and gentlemen, the Rogue One himself, Gary Whitta, is here right now with us in the chat. Everybody say hi to Gary, please. If you're not aware, Gary Whitta, absolutely, positively one of the most spectacular people I've met in the entire state of California. Let's turn this reflect spell on so I can slowly kill these guys because they're irritating. Yeah. Okay, let's kill the bouncing beach ball of death here. Yeah, these fiery feet guys will absolutely mess you up, and I have not approached them correctly. I can only block their fireballs with my shield by activating the reflect magic, which I've done. So now they shouldn't be too hard to take out. But I waited too long to do it because I was trying to be stingy with my magic, which is just a poor choice. Why am I fighting them? Honestly, I just want their experience. I mean, look at that. They're worth 200 each. That's fantastic. You want that. You want that reward. I'm going to say hi to Gary. Gary created a phenomenal Star Wars motion picture. He's responsible for that. We all went and saw it. That's right. He did that. I've never made a movie. I've never done anything particularly useful. I was impressed by people that accomplish things. We're not sure if we're going the right way here or not, or if we're going to need a key. I have a feeling... Oh, look, a key. And using clever skills, I think we're going to be able to climb up and get that key here. We're going to wait for these blocks to drop. Look what we're going to do here. Then we could get it now, but I'd probably get walloped in the head if I went too early. There's no real... Yep, I totally went too early and got walloped in the head. No reason. Oh, no. Oh, come on! Really? Really? Okay, yeah, I'm just playing badly now. Alright, so what we want to do is get the top one. There we go. Now we can dig up. Video games haven't actually changed all that much over the years, have they? They're still block puzzles. Oh, I don't have enough magic to use life. I'm going to die right here. I am going to die right here. Stupidly. Oh, what a way to go. Let's see. I thought this was not considered, or thought this was considered not a good Zelda game, says Gary Weta. Gary, you are incorrect. Well, yeah, you are correct that it's considered not a good Zelda game, but people who say that are very wrong, including one of its original creators, Shigeru Miyamoto. This game is fantastic. It's very well designed, especially for the period that it came along in. If you look at the kinds of games that were being produced around the same time as Zelda 2, they were far less slick, far more primitive when it came to the exploratory platforming. You have absolutely precise control over Link. You have a great loop of gradually evolving abilities. The 8 active powers here, the 2 maneuvers you learn in the game, the 6 different passive items down at the bottom. It's one of those very simple to learn but difficult to master type situations. The combat's very precise, very rewarding. The level design is spectacular. The music's really good. The world map is interesting and full of secrets. I think people complain about Zelda 2 because they don't approach it with any particular patience most of the time. And this is a game that demands patience and mastery. You really do have to practice to get good at Zelda 2. The way I'm playing right now, you may not believe I'm good at Zelda 2, but I do. I think that in most situations I can actually handle this game pretty well. Fortunately, I'm not demonstrating that with my slow play here. These dudes are much harder than they look. You've got to be really well positioned to ever get a stab at them. They're not... You just gotta, again, it's patience with these dudes. There's much faster enemies you can meet in other places. But yeah, I think this game's really, really good. You know, see, by now, every enemy we've come upon, for those of you that have been watching the series and seen us evolve through the palaces, we're at 5 out of the 6 main palaces now. And the enemies here, the only new guys so far that we've seen are the flame. Oh, man. Okay, so now I got a choice. I'm halfway to my 4,000. There's a pea bag up there. I could totally use jump magic to go get that pea bag. And but if I die down here, I'm going to forego that, but I already grabbed the other bag. Oh, the temptation is so great. Oh, no. Wait, what did I do wrong there? I know, I can make that jump, right? I can make that jump. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Sorry about that. Took me a second. So got that, and we got a key here, but I have a feeling we're going to need another key farther along down this passage. We'll see. So far, oh, there we go. Throwy McThrowy guy. Ooh. And an excellent opportunity to refill our magic. Find that hidden in there. You occasionally find things Let's see, is this the way this place is extensive. It is very easy to get lost in here. Oh, I have to fight a knight and a beach ball of death here. Totally made. Oh, excellent. Okay, let's stock up on awesomeness. Grab that again. Sometimes you get these, get the red draws here. I would say, are you going to play Overwatch? I would say, we got some people popping in. Hey, everybody saying hi to Gary. Gary, so glad to be here. Can't say I've ever seen this. So, I don't know, for you guys who are first looking for the first time here, it's late. Yeah, thank you so much, y'all, Gary. It is late. I appreciate you guys dropping in for a little bit. Let's go up here and get the old P bag again. I think that's maybe all that's at the end of this corridor, actually, is a P bag. I don't think there's a hidden passage. Some of the walls you can jump through in this game. Nope, that's not one of them. But for those of you watching along that aren't familiar with this before, trying to explain what makes Zelda 2 difficult, I think is best demonstrated in looking at the enemy patterns. So I think what we're going to do next is, instead of me babbling on and on about, oh, it's so great, I'm actually going to try and show you. So let's look at each enemy. First off, let's look at this guy, Dark Nut, or Dark Knight, or Iron Knuckle, as he's called in various contexts, and we cannot go that way. Well, we were going to talk about him, but I killed him too fastly. Wow, that's a word. I think I need to go to bed. What is wrong with me? I killed him too fastly. Let's see if one comes out of here. Nope. Sometimes we... Oh. Gonna need that if we're gonna get any farther. Okay, somewhere in this palace, there is a set of magic, a magic flute, pardon me, that I need to open up the next part of the map. And there's also, of course, the boss and the crystal that we need to finish the palace. Hopefully we're going to encounter both of those. I'm starting to get excited here because I'm getting closer to that 4,000 point threshold that I need to hit. Gotta get the fire. Gotta don't let him come from both sides. Kill Beach Ball of Death. Why am I killing the Beach Balls even though they don't do that much damage? Because they also, that enemy type, takes away magic when it hits you. So I was going to explain about all the bad guys I'm fighting, and then instead I forgot and started babbling on again because I'm really bad at streaming, so hopefully we can figure this out. Hey, look, a trick. I used that to get it done. Oh, the jerk. Just teleported into me. Okay, look at this guy. Get him when he pops up. Let's see. Come on. Come on. Here we go. Beach Ball of Death again. Alright, so each individual enemy. Let's start with the Beach Balls. The Beach Balls you find at every palace, starting with the first. You can kill them in the first palace when you got a much weaker sword, but they take, I think it's 120 hits to kill. At that point, the 50 experience they drop is actually a big deal. But they're a pain because they take away your magic when they hit you. Now we're going to talk about fighting this Dark Knight or Dark Nut that's running along here. Yeah, Shovel Knight could make a cameo in this game. Oh, Simon's Quest. Oh, you love Simon's Quest? Hey, that's cool, Lizard King. I'm glad to hear that. Simon's Quest is not exactly my favorite game. I think it's full of good ideas, but I think the transitions between the two parts of the game, the day and night, take way too long. I think some of the puzzles, like this game, could be very obdurate. And I also think that in addition to those two things, the bosses in the game are not great. But I love the music and I love the idea. I feel like Simon's Quest was kind of a template on which Symphony of the Night later got built. So, Iron Knuckle, Dark Knight, look at this. What he and I are doing is dueling here. Unlike most games, I can't duck under that sword. I've got to be blocking where he strikes. Now, he's the easiest version. Oh, I just took a hit trying to explain that. But there's also the red ones up here that are faster. And then, of course, the phenomenally awesome blue ones. And then there are the Horse Knights, which are like these guys, but, well, super duper uber charged. I think we're going to get a blue one down here. Now, the blue ones are much harder. Now, he can shoot swords. He takes way more hits to kill. But you see, I love this. This is not... He's always telegraphing an attack. When I get hit by this guy, it's my fault. Like, right there, I made a mistake. It's possible to fight a row of 50 of these, and as long as I don't make a single error, I will never get a cheap hit by one. And that's what I like about Zelda 2. It's all about getting really, really good, challenging yourself, perfecting. There's just so few real cheap hits in the game. There's some places jumping over areas where you can be hit cheaply, but even those usually telegraph that they're coming. As long as you've learned in the game to approach areas with caution when there's a pit involved, you're usually not going to like walk right into one of those. And even the famous gauntlets in the game, Death Mountain and then later on the Road to the Great Palace, both of which are among the hardest areas in any video game ever. Both of those are still equitable, learnable challenges. Like they are things you can totally master with some practice. I'm tempted to kill this guy for the XP, but I'm not going to do it yet. All right, so we can go over here now, and I think we needed a key last time. That's what we waited on. We're going to hit this guy here. This is a maneuver we learned earlier in the game. Is Gary still in the chat? I'm curious. Gary, you there? Let's take a peek. Look in here, huh? I don't know. Hey, hi, Games Are Fun podcast. Good to see you. E3 week just got. Hello there, Truth. How you doing? Let's see. All right, guys. So, yes, this is live. In addition, Hobron's question I wanted to answer there. It is indeed live. Gary, you there? Or you gone? Need to know. Need to know. Yeah, if I were Gary, I'd have left because, come on. I've literally been stumbling over my words. I'm not sure why I'm not doing so well today. I'd never especially... Oh, wait, no, I've already been this way. Sorry, guys. Somebody warn me next time I do this. Crap, I already went down to... This was the pee bag hallway, I think. We already got the pee bag out of here, I believe. Isn't it? Oh, yeah, we've totally been down here. That's one problem, is that I should have made a map, or gotten a map before coming in here. The Palace 5 and 6 are huge, and the Great Palace is simply immense. I cannot wait to do the Great Palace run with y'all, because that truly is impressive. By the way, I cannot believe we have gotten this far on one life. All right, so we're going to open this corridor, and I'm going to... Oh, look, one of these guys. Great. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay, I've got my sound turned down, so I'm going to be careful. Oh! Yeah, I should use shield magic. There's a constant tension in this game, and I'm really bad at handling this tension. There's a spell. It's really cheap. If you look here, you see shield. It's only 16 magic, whereupon life is 50, 3 times the cost. Shield will cause you to take only half damage from all hits for one screen. Life refills part of your life. Shield is, generally speaking, more efficient than life. The problem is that I'm always reluctant because I don't want to waste that one little bit of magic. But in reality, using it there, I wouldn't have had to burn life because those hits would have only done half as much damage, and I'd be at about the same shape I am right now. Ah, it's just so difficult. Whoa! This is the boss! Oh, we do not... I am in no shape to fight the boss. Wow. Okay, so we have not... Wow. I was not where I thought I was. That's the boss room. No, if we go in there and try to fight the boss right now, I will die. I don't have enough life or magic to handle it. And we are so close to that 4,000 points that we need to make the next level up that I see no reason for us to die unnecessarily. As a matter of fact, we could literally just sit here and kill beach balls for a minute and hit that level. I hate grinding like that, especially in a cast, so I'm not going to do that for very long. But oh, let's see. This game stresses me out. Yeah, Dante, this is a stressful game. Oh, that's not a POW bag. That's a pee bag. Yeah, I like to call it a POW bag too. Yeah, just all kinds of fun stuff there. All right, guys, what are we going to talk about? Gary was trying to get me to say controversial things, but I didn't want to do that. I think Gary left as wisely. He probably should have. What are we going to talk about here in the chat today? I always like to babble about something or another while we're playing. Somebody give me some ideas. What are we going to talk about? Good friends in the room. We're going to talk about the Electronic Entertainment Expo and all the exciting things that we saw there. Or are you talked out on that right now? What do you guys want to talk about? I'd love to hear your opinion on what the topic du jour should be. Kill this guy. Hey, you, come down here. Come down here. Yeah, that's all right. Stabby, 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 stabby. Okay, there we go. All right, we're less than 200 points from where we need to be. That jerk. Wow, look at that guy. He's like, I will kill you. That dude, he fears nothing. He fears nothing. Oh, there we go. Okay, this guy would take us right to where we need to go to beat this dude. Can we get him to come down? You gonna come down here? Is it going to make me use the jump spell to get up there? It is, isn't it? Alright, then we're going to use shield too, because there's a chance this guy could kill me. So this is the spell that I think he's worth 100. Yeah. Okay, so we're now less than 100 from where we want to be. We're going to move left here and hope there's an enemy, and there is. Excellent. These guys are not particularly difficult to kill. All we have to do is get in underneath those and then not let him jump into us. Like we just did. Let him jump into us. Oh, there we go. And level up. Excellent. Do. There we go. Okay, now we're going to do something silly. We're going to think about going and attacking the boss after all. Why would we go attack the boss? Oh, we're not going to grab that P bag. No way. Why would we attack the boss when we have so little magic that we're going to be at a disadvantage? Why would we do that? Well, because every palace has a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful little funny attribute to it. If you get to the end of a palace and beat the boss, immediately after beating the boss, you come to a room with a crystal. And when you grab that crystal, it automatically takes you up to the next experience level, which means that effectively, if we use it right now, we'll get almost 5,000 points in free experience, which is huge. Now, to get that, we have to beat the boss. So, this should be fun. I don't know if we can beat them or not. I usually like to have the shield spell when I face a boss. It effectively gives me twice as much life. I'm not going to have access to that. Okay, we got some people dropping topics in the chat. As soon as we fight the boss, we're going to talk about that. All right, you ready for an epic defeat? One way that we have already conquered just by leveling up. Oh, this guy. Oh, crap, this guy. Okay. Problem with him is that he is a pain without the jump spell. So the only way to get on the far side of him is to bounce off his helmet. He's actually not especially difficult to hit, but getting in there, well, you can see what happened to my life. Yeah, I'm going to lose. I'm going to lose. Oh, yeah. Well, we knew that was likely. It's hard to beat him without the jump spell. If I'd had even one potion, we probably would have gotten him. But it's all right because we leveled up and we can run right back to that palace. Well, this will give you a chance to see the beginning of the game if you haven't yet, by the way. This is Zelda. She's asleep. To awaken her, I have to open up 6 palaces to open up the path to a 7th palace, get in that 7th palace, and rescue her. Wow, the followers of Ganon, who's dead in this game. This game is a direct sequel to The Legend of Zelda. The followers of Ganon, who is freaking dead, are trying to kill me because if they can get my blood, they can sprinkle it on Ganon's bones and bring him back to life, which is kind of a gory story for a Nintendo game. By the way, super excited, oh my gosh, about a new Breath of the Wild game, which will also be a direct sequel to a Zelda game. That does not happen, ladies and gentlemen. There are not direct sequels to Zelda games. We get kind of spin-offs or thematic things like Majora's Mask built on the same engine or something, but we don't get sequels to Zelda games. Till now, I'm so freaking excited about it. I wonder how you are too. Breath of the Wild 2. Yeah, I loved Breath of the Wild so much. It was so big and beautiful and perfect. And I like big exploratory games with like expansive experimental systems where you can lay pieces of metal across paths to set lightning through circuits to cause things to happen that shouldn't otherwise be possible. The game had all the best attributes of like a Zelda game and a Portal game all rolled into one. That the influences were just so overt and fantastic. It was a celebration of everything wonderful about games, and I really, really loved it. Goma is tough, says Lizard King. Yeah, it is. Yes, Breath of the Wild 2. So much excitement about that. Lots of folks are saying things. Hey, thanks a lot, Andrew Webb. Appreciate that. Do I think the game GBA? Oh, I'm not going to comment on that actually, if you don't mind. But let's see. A lot of people down on E3, says Lizard King, but I'm seeing a lot of love, especially RPGs. Yeah, I've had a fun E3. I've seen a lot of good stuff. Oh, Fantasy All-Star Online 2 is finally coming west. Very exciting. Yes, that is really, really great. Oh, thank y'all, by the way, for watching me play this whole game. And we are much better positioned to take this dungeon out this time, on account of the fact that we now have not 1, not 2, but 3 lives. We've got a full magic meter. We've got a real chance at the boss. But one thing we do not have is the flute, which is hidden in a different part of this fortress somewhere. So even though we found our way to the boss, beating the boss won't shut the fortress down. If we're going to get to the end of this game, we are going to have to grab both the flute and defeat the boss. So depending on the paths we choose to follow this time around, we may go for the boss, or we may just stumble onto a pathway leading us to the flute. We'll see what happens. I love how in Zelda games there are flutes. I mean, the ocarina, obviously spectacular, fantastic part of the history of the franchise. But I also just love even in the first Zelda, when I first played as a kid, I loved that do 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 do, and something awesome would happen, and a tornado would come along and take you to a new place, or drain the fairy lake, or so let me tell you what. Back in that time when you was playing an action-style video game, that kind of thing did not happen very much. We were like, whoa, it's like a game. Nintendo games, when they came along, it was like they came from outer space. I mean, I played a lot of PC games, which did have complexity. I was playing complex RPGs by that point, Ultima and things like that. But I was just stunned by the degree of sophistication that I found in Nintendo's console games. I tell you what, it started a lifelong fascination with Japan that eventually led to me choosing to live there. That's really, when I was like, oh, Jared's famous Japan stories, Japan. Well, it's because this is childhood part of me. It's like Japan was the place that magic came from. It came in the form of these little tile-based video games on the Nintendo Entertainment System. It changed my life. I said half-jokingly before, but it's really actually very, very true. That my life has been shaped, especially my professional life, has been shaped in equal parts by Jesus and Mario. That is not to take anything away from Jesus or give Mario too much credit. What I mean by that, and I, with all my heart, is that my attitudes and my decisions, the places I've lived, the jobs I've had, the things I've decided to do, the things I've decided are important, are largely defined by what I like to think of as the best parts of the Christian ethic, and by the effect that Nintendo had on my life, and especially Mario. Mario has come along at various points to touch me in some pretty extraordinary ways. I know that's odd. I've told the story on Hot Blip before about the effect Mario had on me when I was in the mental hospital. But I mean, I've been thinking about Mario since Donkey Kong. I was born in '79. Donkey Kong came along in '81. I think I've already been down this passage, maybe. Because I don't see a secret passage for you to pass through. Yeah, I've probably already done this. So there's a lot of babbling for you. I do a little show on my Patreon, patreon.com/JaredPetty. I do a little show called Am I Boring You Yet? 3 times a month. If you subscribe for $1, you get these little micro podcasts, usually 25 minutes long. And it's just me ranting about one topic until I figure you're bored. It's a very silly idea, but it's something I do for fun. And the streaming, I guess, is kind of the same way, except I'm distracted the whole time, and I have people to talk with occasionally, not just talk at, but with. The hardest part of streaming for me is not having the kind of rig set up yet where, well, the hardest part is I'm not good at it, but the real hardest part is that I want to be able to look and see your comments without doing what I'm doing right here, which is pausing the game. Guiding lights in Jared's life, Jesus and Mario. Makes sense? Yep. What games did you see at E3 that got you hype as Fire Native? Okay, so, well, a lot. Look, guys, I'm predictable. You know me. You know what I like. Seiken Densetsu 3 on Switch, Secret of Mana 3, which that's one of those things. Something happened in the last couple of years with a bunch of collections and compilations coming out. All these games that simply were not ever, possibly ever going to come to platforms I cared about in the modern day. Things from Grandia to all the Castlevanias to all these games that were kind of lost to history are weirdly getting remade or readdressed or resurrected or suddenly made available on modern platforms for reasons I cannot understand. I don't know how the finances behind this work. I'm just grateful. And Seiken Densetsu 3, which is the sequel to Secret of Mana, which is one of the best action RPGs of all time, easily a top 5 action RPG from the SNES era, is coming to America for the very first time. It's actually available right now. It was announced during Nintendo's stream that it was available right now. So let's talk about Seiken Densetsu and why that's exciting to me. The first Secret of Mana you might have played on the on the Game Boy, where here in America it was called the Final Fantasy Adventure. It was a action RPG, kind of like Zelda. It was for the Game Boy, and it was shockingly very good. It was labeled a Final Fantasy game here in America, but in Japan it was always a mana game. Seiken Densetsu, Quest of the Holy Sword, or Legend of the Holy Sword. Then Seiken Densetsu 2 came to America as Secret of Mana, which was a 3-player action RPG on the Super Nintendo. You could play it with a multi-tap. That game is spectacular. It's like Zelda, but except that you have a kind of a recharge meter on your weapon, which keeps you from just blitzing and blazing away with attacks, and that works really well, especially in 2-player. You also have spells that are available through this very fast ring menu. It's a beautiful game. Some of the best music of the 16-bit era is in that game. Seiken Densetsu 3 is the almost as good but Japanese exclusive sequel to Seiken Densetsu 2, Secret of Mana. It only came out in Japan. It's been available through emulation for a long time, of course, but now a full official translation on a console. Now, don't confuse that with Secret of Evermore, which was actually an American-made game that was sort of a pseudo-sequel to Secret of Mana. Also a very interesting game, but not nearly as good as Seiken Densetsu 3. So that's something that got Jared excited during E3. What else? Breath of the Wild 2, along with everybody else, I was screaming. The chance to play Panzer's Dragoon on Switch, I really, really liked. I mean, that's something that's very downright thrilling for me. I actually made a list on Twitter of all the stuff I plan on playing in 2019 that's coming along that I saw at E3. I'm trying to do a top-of-my-head thing right now. I've got some comments here. Let's take a look and see what people are saying. Super stoked for Dragon Quest XI on Switch, says Lizard King. Me too. I want to play that 8-bit version. He got through it on PS4 halfway. Then he saw the Switch version, decided to wait. Yeah, I'm going to play it all again. I love that game. I played so much of that game. And I'm going to play it again. Dragon Quest XI is excellent. It's so dope. Yep. Fire Native likes Secret of Mana and Chrono Trigger, along with Final Fantasy VII. Let's see. 21 hits to kill the... you should see at the beginning of the game. They take way longer. They take well over 100. Folks, what did you like that you saw? I'd love to know. Pop into the chat. Let me know. I'd like to take a peek. Also, somebody tell me if I'm going the wrong way, because at this point I don't remember anymore. I think it's up here. I think this will take me to the boss, right? Yeah, this is the way to the boss. It's possible that I may die this entire... Oh, yeah, this guy. Seriously? This guy's hard. Ow, stop it! Stop being better than me. Stupid 8-bit AI. Die. Die! You can only address 256 bits a second. Die! Bytes, but not bits. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's see. Keanu got some hype. Got some hype there on Keanu. What else, guys? What do you got? Anybody? Forza Horizon 4 Lego expansion? Would play. Alright, what do you got here? Come on. Oh, why are you still alive? No. Oh man, I'm gonna get murdered on my way to the boss. Well, that's what I get. Well, this guy's gonna kill us in a second. But we're gonna have 2 chances at him after this. We can do it. We can do it, we can do it, we can do it, Cinderella. Oh. He still killed me. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we want to use shield. I think we want to use jump. And then after that, it's just kind of wearing him down. What we gotta do is come in over the mace. There we go. We can't hit him in the head. Head doesn't work. You gotta get under his head, but you gotta get above the mace. There we go. We're gonna get him. Okay, he's gonna come at me. And there we go. And we needed that jump magic last time. Makes it so much. Ooh, that was a mistake. Okay. on. Come on. There we go. All right, we got him. We got him. Couldn't have done that with y'all here. That's all right. There we go. Ni no Kuni on Switch. That sounds amazing. Ah, there we go. All right. You drop the key that allows us to open this door. Now we're actually halfway to the experience we would need, but we're gonna go ahead and use this here. Well, wait a minute. We still have 2 lives left. Are we gonna get too clever for our own good? Oh my gosh. All right, we have an opportunity here. We have an opportunity here, ladies and gentlemen. We could opt to game the system a little bit. If we go through the palace and collect a little more life, or a little more experience on this life, and then we come back up here immediately after we cash that in, we can get 2 levels, not 1. We're going to do it. We're going to grind a little bit. Besides, we still got to explore the palace and find the item that we need. So we're going to take a risk here. If we die horribly in some stupid drop or fall in some lava, then I'm going to feel really bad. But right now we're going to do this because we want that XP dough. Let's see. All right. We're going to have the red guy here. Oh, that's right. This is part we have area. Red guy's dead. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. There we go. Yeah, that's all we got there. But we got a little XP out of that corner. That's what we were here for. Now we just move a little farther along. Come along here to the right. Get under the... I don't know if he's worth the XP. He's only worth like 50. Is he worth the XP we would spend on the jump magic it would take to get him? Well, he is now. Because we're going to use that extra magic right now. I think Gary went away because I didn't have a picture of myself. People keep telling me to get a camera. I mean, why would you want to look at me? I don't understand that. Of course, I know nothing about streaming, so which is probably obvious for anyone watching this. Let's see. Literary Crusader. Let's see. It's good to hear your voice. Hey, thanks. No, I'm not going to ban you. Oh, you're excited for Elder Ring. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm interested in that, too. Absolutely. I can't wait to see more of that. I saw the Onions article about how it was actually going to be the Very Hungry Caterpillar game, which I thought would be amazing. Let's see, amazing. What else here? What do you guys want to see? Let me know. Also, give me tips. Tell me how to stream. I don't know how to do this. This is something I do purely for fun. This is just something that's become at this point a kind of a casual hobby, and I'm trying to learn to do it right. And I figure videos of Zelda 2 that no one particularly wants to watch are a good way to relatively harmlessly... Oh, look, 2 of them are stacked. Oh, they make him look cute. Oh, he's not cute anymore. There we go. But videos of me playing old video games are probably fairly undamaging to the people of the earth, y'all included. I don't know. What are your thoughts? Tell me how to do this well. Do I need to get a camera? Does it matter, really? I mean, I think it's more important what I'm saying, and I worry that that's where I'm more banal. I mean, I'm reasonably hideous. Oh, look, P-back. Excellent. Haha, it's fun to see P-back. All right, I'm immature. Let's see, along there. Coming along to the top of that. Continuing to grind. We are just under 1,800 away. I'm going to bet that this passageway probably leads... Ooh, these guys are great for XP. But I think that there is a very good chance there's a trap in this room. I think I remember there being a trap here. But it's been a while. The last few palaces are freaking full of traps. And I think one of these floors I can fall through. These guys, if I let them shoot their fire along the floor, may show me where it's at. I feel like it's after this pillar. I also could be thinking of another palace. Ooh. Where's that guy? Well, if it's here, then I'm imagining it. Okay, I must be making this up in my head. That must be the next palace where that happens. Yep, definitely the next palace. I'm too paranoid. The last couple of palaces are full of hidden floors and hidden walls that dump you all kinds of... Oh, yes, look at this. We're getting so close now. Yep, Oh, good. This time, we're going to use shield. Ah! There we go. That's right. That's right. Gotta find that hidden passageway. So we know about this because a guy warned us in town that there was a false wall in this palace. And then you start looking anytime you get to a suspicious passage. But this is one of the places where people talk about Zelda 2 and say it's not such a good game. It's like, hey, if you can't figure that out, you're never going to solve this palace. Well, again, we did get a hint, and there's nothing at the end of that hallway. And there's always something at the end of a hallway in this game. So you're like, wait, something. Oh, this is not going to work unless I use Reflect, which I used too late. Good chance of dying here. Okay, let's see what we got. Come on. Come on. Come on, guy. Let's see, what do we got here? We're pausing for a second here. You're doing great. Jared, how's it going? Miss you, kind of funny. Thanks, Escanough. Appreciate that. This game is very difficult. Yeah, it's, you guys are going to beat Zelda 2. People talk about it being insanely difficult. It's hard in spots, but as long as you stay properly leveled, if you approach it like an RPG as much as an action game, you're going to be fine. I think where most people die in this game it's in two places. One is learning the right pattern to fight each enemy. Because, like, these guys in this palace are a very bad way to show it off. But even these dudes, you have to approach a certain way or you're going to die. You only close with them, you never try to close with that guy when he's that far away. It's useless. You wait for them to appear close to you. You have the reflect spell on, period. And then you don't do that. See, I demonstrate. No, you wait for the spell to be on, then you just approach and stab like one time, and you're patient. You try to get in those 2 hits. And every enemy has to be approached in a very individual way. Even though they look like the common 8-bit sprites that are kind of, in most games you approach most enemies the same way in the 8-bit area. You can't do that in this game. Everybody is like in a different individual puzzle that you have to figure out, and you've got to learn to fight each enemy in terms of its own distinct strengths and weaknesses. And it's much more like a modern game than that. And the other is, again, you got to stay properly leveled. We're going to use Reflect again. There's a very good chance this guy's going to kill me. Okay, come on, guy. Come on. And you got to be patient in Zelda 2. I mean, fighting this dude. We could just walk out through the corridor, but we're after XP, so we really do want to... And there we are. Gotta be patient, I say. And then NES Batman. I love that. Jared, this is old school hard, like Battletoads Adventures of Bayou Billy. Oh, do not talk to me about the Adventures of Bayou Billy. That game go to hell. The Adventures of Bayou Billy was designed by Satan worshippers to plague this planet. It was there to hurt us all so much. It's such a neat idea. It's got really good music too. It's from an era when Konami could do no wrong. Wow, I am just getting murdered by this stupid, slow, easy teleport guy. Like, stop teleporting on top of me! So irritating. This is a little blue dude. Oh my gosh! Can you believe this? Can you believe what is happening here? Please, just... Oh, he's gotten under my skin, y'all. He's learned my secret. Will you just appear close enough to kill? I said you have to be patient earlier. There we are. He's dead, and I have his XP. And now I'm going to... Oh, these guys. I hate... Okay, so these guys you have to watch out for because they... Oh, no. Stupid hallway full of flamey dudes. They don't look hard, but they're some of the most irritating enemies in the whole game. I'd much rather fight an Iron Knuckle than one of these guys, or even one of the Jumpy Horse guys we haven't met yet. Jumpy Horse guys are amazing. They come along with the Great Palace, and they have, like, all the power of the blue Iron Knuckles. Oh, no. These guys suck. So those little dudes that are walking straight by me, they give me no XP when I kill them. They reward me with nothing. They only take 1 hit to kill, but if they hit me, they take away XP. They actually drain my experience points. I mean, just what kind of evil person puts that in a video game? It's like the rust monster in D&D. I'm going to make your magic items disappear if you ever play OD&D. That's what this game is. This game is a very OD&D game. It's just like, you know what? You should know what you're getting into here. You got 1d4 hit points, my friend. Survive. But it's not as, yeah, it is old school hard like Battletoads, but it is a fair game. There are a couple of places where the puzzles are really obscure, and you just should use a guide there, frankly. I'm a big fan of using guides for old games, and I really do think that when you hit one of those trouble spots, that guide is the right approach to take. Ooh, Staphos. Stab at his legs. He's easy to kill. There we go, folks. All right. So, now we're going to make another decision. We're going to definitely get upper... So now we're going to kill things in fewer hits here. Ooh, the Spectre from D&D taking a level away, says Inkspin. That's right. Angry Jared voice, not doing it. Jared, thoughts on Nintendo's E3 Direct? We talked about that a little earlier. Iskintuff, I loved it. I really enjoyed a lot of the games they showed there. Random question. The awful game Poke. No, I don't think I've ever played that comment. I don't think I know Poke. Speaking of D&D, I'm stoked for those remasters. Yeah. So exciting. So, we're back down to 0 lives. But, if we complete this palace, we get, okay, so sorry, I've got to stop babbling. So one of the reasons we came upstairs here originally was because we wanted to get enough, oh, can I jump through this wall? No, I can't. Okay, so that means I have to go down to go to the end. All right. We came down here to get a little more XP and to explore some areas we hadn't been in before, because we knew that if we finished up our XP, we could go to back to the boss room, game the system, and get tons of free XP and just finish this place out. But we now have all of the keys. And that, we've got 2 keys. That should be enough to open the room with the flute. And I think the room with the flute is at the bottom of this elevator that we're about to come up on after this. Like, I'm almost positive the flute is down here. The problem is the flute will be guarded. So it's a risk. Do we risk dying down here to get the flute and miss out on our chance to get a free level? Yes. No. No, we don't. We take the coward's way. We take the coward's way. Somebody asked, are you excited for Baldur's Gate 3? The answer to that, my friends, is the proverbial. Does a bear shit in the woods? Yes, yes he does. Most definitively. And yes, yes I am. Most definitively. How about y'all? I cannot wait to play that game. So somebody said, yes, you should go for it. And I took the coward's path. Why did I take the coward's path? Because the last time the audience advised that I go for it in one of these videos, I died horribly. And there was much sadness. And that hallway is full of those little flamey guys and the stupid lions that shoot at me with their heads over and over. Oh, but I could still go back. I've got so much magic, I'd probably make it. But if I didn't, no, I'm going to remember what Yoda told Luke. The blue vase? The blue vase only gets you 1 magic unit. That's what it's good for. I could have used it to use a spell there, and I was being careless and didn't. As Yoda told Luke, if you choose the quick and easy path, as Vader did, forever will it dominate your destiny. And I have chosen the quick and easy path, and my destiny is dominated by it. But you know what? We're going to game the system. We're going to feel much better about this the moment we come in here and get another free freaking level. Why is that? Why is this important? Because we're going to go into the palace, to the 6th palace, which is one before the end of the game. Super leveled. We are only going to lack 1 level to be completely maxed out, which is exciting. So there we go. We're going to get that free level here. Let's watch it count up. We're going to celebrate. Do or do not, there is no Troy. Yeah, I should have done that. Let's see, what about the pure walk? Nothing pure about me. And getting that free magic goes up. There we go. All right. Now we're still in the palace, and we can back down. Just retrace our steps. Everything's still dead. And we can try this And if we fail, we're not going to lose anything this time. Look at that. We're going into Palace 6. Their level's almost maxed out. That is great. That is so exciting. That's going to make Palace 6 not too terrible, which is good, because Palace 6 kind of terrible. Let's see. I think it's this way. Yeah. We can paths that go right and down, I think, from here. Yep. Under here, back around. Thank you for your patience, by the way. So again, I'm just babbling about the game here. What do y'all want to talk about? What should we discuss? Talk some about E3 questions. Let's see. Yeah, it's really satisfying to level up in this game. I agree, Lizard King. I'm glad that some of you have been giving the game a try. I know it's obtuse and odd and old, but I really do think it's an interesting video game that's worth your time. There's nothing quite like it. Battle of Olympus is sort of similar, and it's the one kind of high quality spin-off of these that I've ever seen. Battle of Olympus is an interesting NES game that I'll play on ReCollection at some point. It plays a lot like Zelda 2, but it's set in ancient Greece, and I really like that game. Jeremy Parrish did some research on it and discovered, I had no idea, it was made one of the few video games I've ever heard of that was made by a husband-wife couple. It's a really charming NES game, but it absolutely feels like just like a knockoff of Zelda 2, but a really good knockoff, not like a crappy knockoff. All right, we're going to need Reflect Magic, because these jerks are down here. Oh, we can kill them in fewer hits now. We upgraded our sword, and we don't have to dance with those guys anymore. Oh, I didn't think about that. We might have tried this all the way before. Look at that. Look at what just happened. We're going to use shield magic here because there's no doubt going to be... Look, kill that guy with one hit now. That's right. He's going to... There's the flute. Just looks more like a clarinet there. A recorder. There we go. We got everything. Okay, so now when we leave the palace, here in a bit, the palace will actually disappear. We'll go out the main door, and that'll be the end of the 5th palace. So having that flute, really, really cool, because on the overworld map, we're now just going to be able to... Oh, come on. Come on. You know, I don't have to kill you. I don't have to worry about XP anymore. I'm just getting out of here. Getting out of here. But that flute's going to open up a passage that we have to go through to open up a whole new part of the world. It's going to get us the last 2 spells, the last magic container, the last heart container, the 6th palace, and finally, of course, the road to the Great Palace, which is going to be the best part of this run of all. I love this old game. I've loved it since childhood when I first got it. I played The Legend of Zelda first, but this was, and I fell in love with Zelda. But this game did, like, it had an effect on me. I just loved the weird combination of RPG and side-scrolling. I think it was that in a way this game was more committed to RPG elements than Zelda was, and that was what I liked, because I really liked numbery, granular, exploitable RPGs. I enjoy stuff like that. What was it called? Crimson... Oh, I can't remember the name. It's a 3DS RPG, Crimson something. Came out fairly early in the 3DS's lifespan. And I remember it was like super duper uber granular. You actually rolled dice in this game. That's one of the things I loved about it. It was a digital only download. I don't think I ever made a cartridge of it, except maybe in Japan. And it had a dice rolling pool at the bottom. But like the items that you found would just be like, hey, it's plus this against this, and plus this against this, and plus, and down like even beyond like D&D levels of granularity, but into like crazy Rollmaster levels of granularity if you've ever done tabletop. Hey, thank you very much for the well played soon. Look, it does look kind of like a bong. You're right. Let's see. Inkspain says, I feel Square is going to get me to buy another copy of Final Fantasy VII, and it'll be my 4th. Crimson Shroud. That's it, Lizard King. Thank you. Yeah. Final Fantasy. Thank you for remembering that. Yeah, Final Fantasy VII I'll play again in a remake. 7 is not my favorite RPG. I love its importance. I love its historical significance, but I played it back when it was new, and coming from a CRPG world, it didn't do as much for me. The palace has disappeared. There we are. And now the fruit of our labors will at last be found going down to this road, and we're going to use. See, now we can sing do 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 do, and what does it do? Most of the time, nothing. But here, gets that guy out of the way and opens up the bottom half of the world where the rock-throwing dinosaurs live. Oh, the rock-throwing dinosaurs and the stabby dinosaurs. We've met Stabby Dinosaur already. Rock-throwing dinosaur and his friend Stabby Dinosaur are some of the more irritating enemies later in the game because, I mean, that's a lot of rocks. You're pretty good at dodging rocks, coming down this path a lot. I should have stopped in the town and gotten the life, but I didn't really care because I just wanted to show you all what we'd unlocked. Ah, this guy can only be killed by fire, so we're not going to fool with that. Oh, come on, Stabby, the rock-throwing dino... Yeah, I think I have to do a third one. Yep, totally. Somebody asked me about my favorite Ys game. So that's like choosing between my children. There was some really good Ys stuff at on the PSP, especially, but I think probably my favorite Ys game is Ys 4 for the TurboGrafx. Not that I ever would have condoned playing the evil translation patch that somebody did, which is obviously unsanctioned, but I might have heard that that's an incredible Ys game if one has a translation of it. That it might be the best Ys game, and possibly certainly the most fan servicey Ys game, almost like Phantasy Star 4 levels of like serious hardcore series fan service. But I cannot confirm that because that was never translated into English. But if somebody had done that, Ys 4 would probably be my favorite Ys game. I've also got a soft spot for some of the weird Ys, like tactics-y stuff. Even though those games are not good, I like them. Let's see. All right, here we go. Made it to town. Oh, and it's the town with invisible enemies. That's right. Because nothing like getting your butt kicked by invisible enemies the moment you walk into a town and dying. That's one of those things people like to talk about. And you're like, wait, what am I supposed to do about that? Oh, that's my favorite. Oh, hey, Elder Knight. How you doing? Intense knowledge. I don't think I have intense knowledge, but that's very kind of you to say. Gamescast guest appearance. I mean, I love those guys, so I'm always happy to hang out with Damon when he's got time. You'll have to ask him about that. I miss Damon and Sam and at all, etc. the crew. Ye old Justin Davis, now the CJ and the Mark, the Casey DeFritis on occasion, the Tina Amini who sometimes shows up. Love that bunch. Folks, that's been Palace 5. I think it's time to stop. Thank you so very much for watching my idiotic attempts at learning to stream. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the conversation. I hope you're having a wonderful E3. Games are really, really cool. Video games are fun. Zelda 2, if you want to play it yourself, is super duper available. You can play it on 3DS Virtual Console. You can play it on Switch through Nintendo's online service. It's available there. And you can play it on the NES Mini Classic, which is what I'm playing it on here right now. Those are all ways you can play this wonderful game. They all have save states, which frankly make it a lot easier if you're choosing to play that way. We haven't used save states in this video series except for the purpose of saving between games, but we haven't used them for any restarts. We've done a straight, clean playthrough. I've just used it when I need to stop one session on a stream and pick up later on. But save states do make it easier. Guides make it easier. It's a game totally worth playing. Also, beautiful title screen. I love the falling star that you see right before this. Friends, thanks a lot. I do have a Patreon. You can get episodes of Am I Boring You Yet there, where I rant about all kinds of things. There's a bunch of back episodes there at this point, so if you want to hear me talking and talking and talking, that's a great way to get a back catalog of idiotic rants on everything imaginable. And that's patreon.com/JaredPetty. Once again, patreon.com/JaredPetty. And I want to thank you for watching. So good night to y'all. I'm really looking forward to that. Thank y'all who back me and follow. Thanks for all the kind words. You make me feel welcome. Have fun. Go play some games. It's fun to watch people play games, but it's even more fun to play them. So, yeah, go and find something you love and have a little fun with it tonight. Bye-bye.